But I do it all the time, I guess. Just going through Norm montages on YouTube. He's just such a prolific joke writer. Like just so many jokes that like these Norm montages that just pop up. 30 minutes of Norm here, an hour of Norm there. It's like you just sit there watching the whole thing.
He had an amazing ability too. We were just watching that Jon Stewart crocodile hunter clip.
I wanted to talk about the crocodile hunter because I think it was tragic at the time, but I think I don't know. People call him and then they're shocked. Oh, hey, you wouldn't believe it. Who got killed? The crocodile hunter. Please don't make me laugh at this. And they were like, he was 44 years old. I'm like, that's a ripe old age for a crocodile hunter.
He was really conversationally funny. Like the joke didn't have to end until he seemed to want it to end.
Yes.
Like he just kept, like, it was funny too. And I was watching thinking the balls to do that. Like Jon Stewart is like, okay, like, because he's laughing, but he's like, all right, he was only 90. And Norm's like, hey, Bill. And he's just he's still doing the characters. Like he's not ready for it to be finished.
Yeah. He didn't care about getting the laugh in the room sometimes, especially on those TV shows. Obviously on stage, but like in the room, he didn't necessarily care if people weren't going with him. That's the way he always was. I mean, if you go back to those Weekend Update montages of Frank Stallone jokes, like some of them land real hard, but some of them don't land at all.
According to the EPA, it will cost an estimated $295 million to clean up toxic waste at the former Lockheed Martin military aircraft plant in California. The cause of the toxic waste? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. In economic news, unemployment figures rose slightly for the month of October, with declines in the Dow Jones and NASDAQ. The reason for the sudden downturn? You guessed it, Frank Stallone.
And you could clearly see on his face, like, all these jokes are just for him.
Yeah, he didn't care.
He didn't care. And they're hilarious. Like, I don't know exactly when the bit is from, but it seems like he probably wrote the bit right around when he first got the diagnosis, because, like, I didn't even know the bit existed, to tell you the truth. But people were passing it around yesterday of him talking about how men used to be able to just get sick and die, and now they have to wage a war against cancer.
Yeah.
And it's like he probably wrote that.
That was 2001 or 2011. So yeah, probably
as he got diagnosed.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure if the cancer dies, if you die, the cancer also dies at exactly the same time. So that, to me, is not a loss, that's a draw. That's you know what I mean? It's not like the cancer's going to jump up and go, Uncle Bert's wife. Where is he? I won fair and square.
The cancer died at the same time. That's not a loss. That's a draw.
He would go on these talk shows and do like old man jokes.
Yeah.
And they were long. Like when he went on Conan O'Brien and did the moth joke.
Yeah.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office. Right?
You are correct.
And it took 4 minutes to get there, and the punchline is it's a joke punchline. But he liked it. He just loved the joke so much that he was getting through it, and he gets there, and it's like, it's worth it.
And so the doctor says, Moth, man, you're troubled. But you should be seeing a psychiatrist. Why on earth did you come here? And then the moth said, because the light was on.
The ability to do that and to not panic and to not bail out and to commit to it and go, this is what I'm doing, and that's it.
I found, as I was looking at clips, it seemed like his 3 favorite topics on Weekend Update were OJ, obviously Frank Stallone, and Vince Foster, and making jokes about Clinton murdering Vince Foster.
And veteran news anchorman David Brinkley apologized to Bill Clinton for an election night commentary in which he called the president, quote, boring and uncreative. Admitted Brinkley, There was certainly nothing uncreative about the way you moved Vince Foster's body. President's a murderer. You didn't know that?
Here's another OJ joke from Weekend Update.
In his book, O.J. Simpson says that he would have taken a bullet or stood in front of a train for Nicole. Man, I'm going to tell you, that is some bad luck when the one guy who would have died for you kills you.
Relentless.
Yeah, it really is. The beauty of Norm is there is nothing underlying. It's just about the joke.
It's just about being funny.
You know, that's it. What's the funniest thing for this moment?
Yep.
This is what it is.
He hated what was going on in comedy as far as people being punished. And I mean, he really hated it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the one time that he actually started to get in trouble was because he was defending Louis and he was defending Roseanne.
And Shane.
And he defended Shane. Yep,
big, yeah.
Yep, big time defender of Shane. Because he got it. Because he's like, we're telling jokes here. What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah, he was really furious about that. Yeah, it's terrible. Just terrible.
He spent a lot of time being funny, though.
Oh, fucking hilarious.
He put a lot of funny out there.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anybody with a similar delivery or a similar, like, it's completely unique. He's a completely unique thinker and just a completely unique joke teller, joke writer.
If you try to do a Norm joke, it's like, it's not funny when anybody else does it. And it's because they're not, I mean, he's a genius.
It's natural.
Yes.
It's completely natural. It's completely, you don't watch it for a second thinking this is not who this guy is. Like you watch it and go, this is completely natural for him to tell a joke this way or to talk this way. That's why he could end the joke when he wanted to, because he seemed so comfortable and natural that, all right, whenever he says it's done, it's done.
You were with him you were on the dais for the Bob Saget roast
of
Comedy Central.
Yep.
And that's one of those instances where, of course, it's like, oh, I can't wait. Norm's going to be so outrageous. Norm's just going to say stuff that you could never say on TV. And then he gets up there.
Hilarious.
And he just does
old man
jokes.
No, but Bob has a beautiful face, like a flower. Yeah, cauliflower. No offense, but your face looks like a cauliflower.
Yeah. I believe his joke about you was that you're a very colorful person. Because you have a yellow belly and you're green with envy. And that was it. Like, there was no follow. It's like, that's the joke.
And Jim Norton of here is, of course, probably one of the most colorful characters I've ever met. Colorful personalities I know. You're green with envy and you have a yellow streak down your back.
One of his jokes about Geraldo was like, I'd love to have Geraldo's brain. Not because he's smart, but because it's very unused. Like, thanks.
But if I ever need a brain transplant, why, I would choose yours, Greg, and here's why. It's not because you're smart, it's because your brain has never been used. No, but Greg Giraldo, I'm just joking him. He has the grace of a swan, the wisdom of an owl, and the eye of an eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is for the birds.
Man's for the birds.
Like, I was sitting there like all day yesterday, like, just stopping. Jess is like taking care of the kids. And I'm like, Jess, there's another Norm joke. Because I'm looking at YouTube. And I'm like, all right, Jess, this was another one of Norm's jokes. This is from Weekend Update, like in the 90s. All summer, Better Than Ezra was the #1 band in America. The #2 band, Ezra.
And in music news, #1 on the college charts this summer was Better Than Ezra. And at #2, Ezra.
According to a controversial new biography, Elizabeth Taylor, like...
You see a bunch of clips were going around. You see the clip of him on The View from like really early on. It was from like 2000. It was when the View was at its early stages.
No, I don't think so.
It's fucking great. I think I tweeted it, Travis, if that's the quickest way. I don't know. To find just the clip. Yeah, that's it.
See, I think we should get the homicide out of the White House and get like a fresh start, because we don't want any more murderers.
I think we should just go on to the next question.
Oh.
Who are the murderers? Yeah.
Oh, Clinton, he murdered a guy.
You're not allowed to put out no accusations without.
That's a little too far.
That's the way it does work.
Let's just go on to the next question.
Yeah.
This is not my week. What can I tell you?
Oh, it's not mine either, and I'm being very nice, okay? Be a good boy. Now, Norm.
Do you never hear that?
No, we don't need
I
to
don't want
talk
to get
about
into this,
that.
and I don't want to hear it, and this is not the place to make those accusations, and you're supposed to be funny. Let's get on to the next question. So get with it.
There you go.
See right there, like
is a
no,
live show.
he's not angry about it.
No.
Like he doesn't like what great instincts, man. Like not mad, like what? He's just having a great time. He
Like-
always looked like he was having a great time.
Like he's almost too dumb to realize what did I say? I thought we were all
just having fun.
What? You didn't know? He's like, you didn't hear that?
And the wind finally dies down, and he goes, "What? You didn't hear that?"
Listen how he follows it up.
This is a live show.
Not for nothing, Norm, but you have been properly chastised by Barbara, so I'm now going to ask the next
I
question.
thought it was a matter of record.
Okay.
Let me do this.
There are people that after they got invited to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, maybe I can get in with the Clintons now.
Right.
Maybe I can meet these powerful friends. Maybe I can." 2.5 years after the Correspondents' Dinner, he's going on The View and making jokes.
Clinton murdered somebody.
He murdered a guy.
Doesn't care. I thought it was a matter of record.
He thought Barbara's problem was that Barbara hadn't.
Yeah.
You didn't hear.
Yeah,
You didn't know?
that she was ignorant, and he was just bringing her up to speed.
Just informing her. Did you see the clip that was going around of him on Conan O'Brien with Courtney Thorne Smith?
I don't know.
This, I feel like this Courtney Thorne Smith clip is somewhat similar to the Patrice Fox News clip.
This is just what she has to say. We are outraged and fired and
he's a fool.
fired
He's an
and
absolute
fired.
fool.
Name calling. I'm outraged.
Fool.
I am outraged.
You should be.
I am a fool. Now, if I called you a fool,
In the sense that this just has become one of those legendary, like, this is the example
Yep.
of why you would have this guy on your talk show and why he doesn't care. Courtney Thorne Smith is on Conan O'Brien with Norm. Norm was the first guest. And he's, unfortunately for her,
Decided to stick around.
he stuck around on the couch for her interview. Yes, and she's trying to promote her
Who
movie.
is she?
But what's the movie going to be called?
Well, I know what it's going to be called.
Yeah, what's that?
If it's got Carrot Top in it, you know what a good name for it would be?
What's that, Norm?
Box Office Poison.
She's there.
There's this movie coming out.
Yes.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
His face after he does
Dude,
it.
he's delighted. Again, just perfect timing.
Yeah, that's the other thing you don't want to do, right? Is like just say Norm jokes.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to like, yeah.
Although it's funny. He's one of those guys where just saying his jokes, they are well written enough
Yes.
where it works.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the appeal too. That
Yeah.
like, especially some of his jokes, you can just take and like.
Here, Adam, do a joke.
All right. A good name for a dog is Syndrome. That then when he tries to attack someone, you can yell "Down, Syndrome."
Don't laugh.
It's not.
I apologize.
I mean, yeah.
That's like
It was a little insensitive, I guess.
Some of the 200 Nigerian schoolgirls kidnapped by extremists in Nigeria have been forced to marry their kidnappers. And worse than that, they've been forced to laugh at their husbands' stories, even after hearing them for the umpteenth time.
You know something.
Yeah, I know.
It's very hard to make a joke about those girls who are kidnapped. When I hear about those things, that is one of the worst. You know,
and yet you got a big laugh out of yours.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got it.
Now, as an old-timey broadcaster, do you have other old-timey broadcaster friends?
Well, Mike Wallace was a great friend. Mike was a grand guy. I said, he had dementia at the end. That's funny to you. You know, Macdonald, I want to tell you.
No, it's a very odd thing to say.
If you're looking to broaden your horizons, I don't think it's wise to laugh at someone who had dementia.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing that you said.
He was
you
the best.
Just said.
I loved him.
Mike Wallace was a great guy. He had dementia at the end. It has heavy-duty grilling grates. Why are you laughing? You think the grilling grates are flimsy?
No.
No, they're heavy-duty grilling grates. They deliver exactly what you need to achieve when you need to achieve that perfect steakhouse flavor. Why are you laughing? You're making a mockery out of the man grate.
I'm pretending I know who Albert Gray is. I didn't.
No, Albert Fish.
Oh.
You're a New Yorker. So anyways, he was a child rapist and cannibal, as I explained.
When he says child rapist, you try not to laugh when he looks at you.
Oh, come on, man. It's not funny.
I know it's not, but I know you want people to laugh.
Fish chose his victims. He only chose victims who were either mentally handicapped. Now, don't laugh at this next part, please.
But you know he wants you to, right?
No. If you laugh at this next part.
Okay. And I'm not
Fish chose victims who were either mentally handicapped or African American. Oh, come on. Why would you think that's funny? God damn, Fred. Jesus Christ, that was the worst part of the story. But why do you think he did that? What would be the explanation? Why would he only attack? Why would his victims that he chose only be either mentally handicapped or African Americans?
Because people in those days didn't care when those people were vanished.
You're thinking like Albert Fish now.
And prostitutes. That's why they.
That's right.
Prostitutes.
Exactly. Nobody really cares about prostitutes. But you're exactly right. That's why Albert Fish killed only mentally handicapped and African Americans.
What about? Okay.
I thought you'd laugh at African Americans again. That they were.
No, because I know him. I know he'll do something. That's outrageous.
Well, it's kind of outrageous for you. Hey, for the 9th consecutive year, Nick, JetBlue Airlines ranked first for satisfaction among all North American airlines. But you know what ranked least in satisfaction? 9/11 Airlines. What a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of that tragedy. Oh, 9/11. Yeah, don't laugh at 9/11 again. 9/11. I tried to tell him not to laugh. Adam. I know. I walked through blood and bones in the streets of Manhattan trying to find my brother.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was in northern Canada. Do you want to hear my impression of the
That's going to be you if you don't lose weight.
You want to hear my impression of the 9/11 call from Johnny Carson?
The 911 call.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. But 9/11 was a national tragedy.
Yes, it was.
Why do you laugh at that?
You said it.
Johnny Carson died at 80 years old.
Okay, Johnny Carson died at 80 years old. Would you like to hear my impression? Were you in New York when the Twin Towers fell?
No, I was in Los Angeles.
Well, either way, it was a national tragedy. It was.
Yeah, I know.
9/11. We're going to go to hell.
Last month, an 80-year-old Albuquerque woman was awarded over $2 million in damages from McDonald's after she spilled some of their coffee in her lap and suffered severe burns. As a result, McDonald's this week has put a warning label on its coffee cups that read, "Caution, do you think you can manage to avoid pouring it directly on your crotch this time, you senile old hag? Think you can manage that, huh?" A California man has sued McDonald's claiming he contracted AIDS from one of its pork sandwiches. McDonald's disputes his charge, but the man insists, quote, "That sandwich gave me AIDS just as sure as I'm a male prostitute." Well, at a local town meeting in Montpelier, Vermont last week, representatives from the McDonald's Corporation, who want to put a restaurant in a historic district, were booed by angry residents. But they were cheered by the town fat guy. Every town has one, the town fat guy. Yeah, the big news story this week, have you seen those ads for Ronald McDonald is growing up?
Yeah.
And they have him in a discotheque and stuff. And
They show him in more adult situations.
right,
Yeah.
he's trying to grow up. Now he wants to be called, he insists on being called Ron.
Really?
The Happy Meal now consists of a big bottle of whiskey.
What was Rodney Dangerfield like being around?
He was as Rodney as you would think.
But later in his life, didn't he wear a bathrobe and nothing underneath?
A lot of times,
Which is funny, but I don't know if he was trying to be funny.
I don't know. He was a good dude. Like when you would, I remember eating lunch with Rodney during Little Nicky. It was just me and Rodney sitting in my trailer and just talking, relaxed. And he was just a sweet guy. He did feel like he wasn't like no respect from the industry. He just felt like he was a no respect guy in life. He was just like, oh, this. He felt like he always had bad luck in all the stories. And but he was a genuine sweet guy. I do remember when the Hanukkah song. But Rodney, anyways, Rodney said to me, boys, he goes, "What are you doing there, announcing to everybody you're a Jew?" I go, "I know what you don't like." He goes, "I wouldn't tell that. No, I don't. Just let it. If they know, they know. But don't." It was so funny.
When Rodney was dying, you did talk to him in the hospital.
Yeah.
And you were, you see, this is the balls on you. Guy's dying. He means something to you. What was it you said to Rodney about you were going to go now tell the world his secret?
Don't worry, I'll let everybody know that you were gay. It's that kind of thing isn't found on anymore. And he was kind of staring off into space, and there was no action on the machines or anything like that. And at that point, his eyes kind of shifted, and his mouth started shaking like he wanted to say something to me. And he was like, he enjoyed. I could see there was a look of like joy and recognition and stuff. And all the machines lit up, and this crash team ran into the room and said, "What the hell is going on?" and stuff. And they said, "God, he hasn't shown any signs like that in a long time." So he knew I was there.
He was an event guest on Carson, like you say, somebody you knew was coming on, like Rodney. You had to watch.
This other level of them going on. It was extra exciting.
Yeah, or Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Too.
And I remember with Rodney Dangerfield, first he'd come out and do a set, which would be hysterical. And then the panel would be even
The panel was
funnier.
the second set.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
How you
It
doing?
was like a double set. He'd do
I
another
tell you.
10 minutes sitting down.
Yeah, it was like, so, Rodney, how are you?
Right. That was it.
Well, I'm okay now, but last week I was in rough shape.
That was that was it. And he'd do 20 minutes.
Yeah. And my doctor, Dr. Vinny Gunbats.
Now that I think of it, he never actually said anything real.
No,
he never said
the
anything
panel-
about
He
his
wasn't a
life.
real interview.
The panel was a whole second set, and I liked the panel even better than the stand-up. It was so
The
ridiculous.
flies chipped in to fix the hole in the screen because his wife was such a terrible cook. Just do one after the other. And then one every now and then one wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And he'd just take that one out and he'd cross it off.
He took a break, right? Didn't he do it for years, and then he took like a 20-year break where he didn't do it?
He has an interesting history.
But I heard he wrote jokes during that time, and then he came back in his 40s or maybe even 50s.
I think he was Jack Roy.
Jack Roy.
In the beginning, and he has a very strange
And then,
past.
according to...
He was a tin man.
Yeah.
He was selling aluminum siding.
Yeah, and something crooked was happening, and the police...
Well, the Cliff Nesteroff is the man to check with on that. He might Rodney reportedly was kind of caught up in some scandal for
I
selling
didn't know that.
for selling siding to widows and
widows.
before he found his way back into stand up. He didn't have the no respect thing when he first started out.
No,
he developed that over the years.
Did you meet him?
What? Oh, Rodney. In fact, I did 2 bad movies with.
You were in Meet Wally Sparks.
Meet Wally Sparks.
How could we forget?
And you'll never know the name of the next movie.
Something about midnight.
Yeah, Back by Midnight.
Back by Midnight. I listened to you on the other episodes.
Oh,
I know that surprises
okay.
you.
Knicks, the New York Knicks.
What?
Did you say Knicks movie?
The next movie.
Next movie.
Next.
Yeah.
And I remember one time seeing Rodney on stage, and he was trying out stuff, and the audience just wasn't with him.
Really?
And he stops for a while, and he's fixing his tie and looking both ways, and then he goes, "Hey, if anybody tells you you're a hot crowd, you spit in their face, okay?"
You saw him say that?
Oh, yes.
I saw him at Westbury a bunch of times.
Did they laugh when he said that?
Oh, yeah.
Now you also wrote for Rodney. Did you do stuff?
No, but so little. You know,
Well, you went on the road with him, didn't you?
For 2 weeks. It's so funny. People come up to me and say, "You're so full of shit, man. You aren't that close to Rodney. You made a big deal." I never said that I did anything that I didn't do. We went away for 2 weeks, and to this day, I'm still remembering fucking shit that he did and said, which is like...
Was he really that big a party? I read all these stories.
He was a
about
big party, but he wasn't funny. He was just funny. Like what he said, the funniest thing he ever said was not him being funny. And to this day, I don't think I ever heard anything funnier in my life. It's 1980, and it's Fort Lauderdale, Easter time. Wall to wall, college girls in bikinis. Luckily, you don't have a gun on you because you put a bullet in your head. And me and Rodney are walking along the sidewalk, and here's the beach. You can't see the water for the girls in bikinis. And he just turned to me and said, "Don't you wish you could just fuck anybody you wanted?" I'm like, who says that?
He used to be my neighbor. Rodney lived in the Pavilion on York Avenue between 76 and 77th Street.
I know it well.
I lived in the Kingsley, right up the road from where he was. And one morning I'm out there, going out to get my morning coffee, and there's Rodney in a bathrobe.
In his blue bathrobe with his nutsack hanging.
Walking little Fifi. He goes, "Hey, Fifi. Yeah, gonna pull my arm out of my socket. Slow down, Fifi." And he's in his boxer shorts and his blue.
Oh, God.
I love
There's
the
not
story.
a comic on the East Coast that hadn't seen him in that ratty fucking bathrobe.
I love the story. If you watch the Caddyshack documentary, his first scene in a movie ever was when he's on the golf course and he goes, "Oh, my arm," So now it's his first scene, and he's all apparently he used to wear a vial of cocaine around his neck, so he sat there doing bumps all day, so he's already tweaked. So he's like, "Oh, my arm," and then he cut. That's it. I quit. I'm done. I don't want to do movies. I'm just doing stand-up. I'm leaving. Find someone else. And everybody's like, "Rodney, why? What's the matter? You were great." He goes, "What are you talking about? Nobody laughed." And they were like, you can't, it's a movie. Everybody's got to be quiet. The whole crew is sitting there going, they're holding their mouth. He goes, huh? He was so used to everybody.
It's a tough concept.
When he said a joke, people instantly responded. But on a movie set, you got to be quiet.
That was his first movie, right?
Yeah, that was the first scene. He was done. He was done. I'm done with this movie shit.
When I was with him in Las Vegas, he left Las Vegas and went to L.A. to actually do the reaction shots for Caddyshack. And he came back, and after the movie came out, Tommy says, "Yeah, you know, you look at that movie, it looks like we were on coke for every take. You know why?
Only you.
We were on coke for every take." And there's like a long shot of him. He's standing up on the thing. He's him waving the fucking golf club.
Yeah, but it looks good on you.
Here's a story about Rodney, man. He was fucking guy. Kept doing coke and shit, even when you get scared at some point. You stop doing drugs.
Yeah. Right.
Most humans.
Not him.
This fucker, 80, whatever he was, doing all kinds of shit. Saga told me the story, right? So he's in the hospital, and he's got a fucking brain tumor that's going to cause a heart attack. All this crazy shit, right?
Right.
So everybody's worried about him. Just leaves the hospital 2 days later, right?
Walks out on his own.
Yeah, so he's in the comedy store with 2 hookers, and he's waiting for Ron Jeremy to show up.
Oh my goodness!
So this is 2 days later.
Yeah.
So Saget told me he walked in, he was like completely shocked. He said, "Rodney, how you doing, man? Well, what's going on?" He goes, "How are you doing?" And Rodney goes, "How am I doing?" He goes, "I'm sitting here with 2 whores waiting for a guy who can suck his own dick. How you doing?"
Still very quick.
I met him on Saturday Night Live because he came and did, when I did Update, he came and did some jokes on his 75th birthday. So we have to do dress first at 8:30 and then at 11:30 the show,
Right.
So he comes and he's like, "Hey, Norm, I got to fucking talk to you, So I go in and I'm like, "Mr. Dangerfield, it's great to meet you." That's the first time I ever met him. He goes, "Listen, man." He goes, "What the fuck, man? Why am I doing it at 8:30? I know my fucking jokes. I'll just come back at 11:30. I go, "I don't know how it works, Rodney. You got to do it." He goes, "God damn." He goes, "Let me tell you something, kid." This was his advice to me.
Kid.
He goes, "Let me tell you something, kid." He goes, "This fucking TV shit, He goes, "This waiting around all the fucking time. It's a bunch of all shit, It's shit." He goes, "It's the same with fucking movies, You're in the movie, and then you're in the fucking trailer all the time. That's all you're doing is fucking jerking off in the trailer, He goes, "It's all shit, kid." He goes, "Remember this and remember it. Remember it forever. Stand up, man. That's all there is. Stand up."
And he meant it.
Then there's a fucking 5-minute pause. He's looking me right in the eyes. He goes, "Stand up, shit."
He forgot. It's all shit.
Okay, well.
A negative guy. Yeah, it's just great, though. What a funny man. Just naturally funny man. Is it true that, was Richard Pryor a huge hero of yours?
Oh, yeah.
Was his last television...
I met Rodney, man, when I made the worst mistake ever, which I was in the fucking hotel, and I loved Rodney and shit. I didn't know him. And I was coming down... in the casino, I was coming down the fucking elevator, and Rodney was in the elevator. I'm like, "Oh my God, it's Rodney! I gotta say something to him." So, anyways, I'd worked on some stupid fucking thing with this director, who said he worked with Rodney.
Yeah.
So I used that as a thing, right? So I go, "Hey, Rodney," I go, "we have a common friend." He goes, "Who's that?" I go, "Paul Johnson." He goes, "That cocksucker." He goes, "That fucker's no friend," and there's a full elevator. "That fucker's no friend of mine. You tell him he can suck my dick." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not his friend. I'm not his friend." But you remember that book on stand-up written by maybe William Goldman? I can't remember. But it was about Lenny Bruce. It was about Lenny Bruce.
I don't think I read that.
It was Lenny Bruce.
I never met Lenny Bruce, but I know who William Goldman is.
So there was a guy that was with Lenny Bruce that was supposed to be the funniest guy.
Well,
he was Rodney's friend.
Joe Ancis.
Yes.
Joe Ancis, Rodney
Now,
told
I met
me.
Joe Ancis.
No way.
He came to Saturday Night Live, and he wasn't very funny.
Well, he was an old man by then, right?
Yeah, he was with Rodney.
There's a story about him that he was so OCD that he got into a bathroom, took off all of his clothes and naked in the toilet, but didn't lock the stall door.
Yeah.
And Rodney told me this story, and it has to be true, I guess, and because he didn't tell that many stories this many times. And he's naked, standing on a toilet seat. So you look under the stall, and the guy saw that there was nobody there, and he was trying to take a shit, and he was just naked like a crow, and his clothes were laid up over the side of the stall.
Yeah.
And a guy opened the stall, and they both because he was like naked with like his dick hanging out.
My God.
Just a creepy story. There was no punchline to it except how OCD the guy was, how crazy.
I heard a great story, and correct me if I'm wrong, about you running into Rodney after he got out of a hospital at Caroline's. Was that you? And he was waiting for Ron Jeremy?
Yeah, that was at his place. That's actually in the book.
It's in the book.
Is that in the book?
Yeah, there's a story.
Tell
and
everyone that story.
It's a true thing. That I was supposed to have dinner with Rodney at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday. And I got to his place, and he was in a robe, and he just had surgery, but he was healed, you know, wasn't like hanging out. He had a scar up here, and he said they took out all my guts, lied them next to me, and then put them all back in. That's how he talked about his surgery. It's just like something quick, like Legos or something. And so I got to his place Wednesday night, and his wife was going out with a friend, and he goes, "Bob, you didn't call to confirm." I said, "I'm not late. This was the plan." "You didn't call to confirm, man. I'm sorry. I got Ron Jeremy coming up here with 2 hookers." And I said, "Well, I got to go. I'm not going to. I met Ron before. No offense. I just don't. I'm good. I'm going to leave." Yeah. And Rodney goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I feel bad." He had a release on the table that just says, "I, Ron Jeremy, allow Rodney to use me in his book." And that was just going to be his signature. That's what it was all for. So Rodney goes, "Sorry, I'll walk you out. I feel bad, Bob." And he walks me over to the elevator, and the elevator was just to his unit. And I walk over, and the doors, I'm on the inside of the elevator, and I go, he said, "How you doing, Bob?" I said, "I'm doing pretty good. I would have liked to have dinner, but how are you doing?" And he goes, "You want to know how I'm doing? You're leaving, and I'm waiting for a guy that can suck his own cock. That's how I'm doing." And then the doors closed. And we both laughed out loud because he said it he had no energy up to that moment. And when he said it, it was like a back-to-school moment. Like, you know, "That's how I'm doing." And he yelled it. And that's what the guy could do, apparently. You know, the potato bug of porn actors.
Yeah.
Could curl himself up.
And you've met him. He
I met him. He loves comics.
Thinks he's funny. He's the funny one.
He loves comedians. That's the guy you definitely want to fist bump, not shake.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about that big juicy thing you were talking about.
No.
He was awesome.
I officiated his funeral.
Oh man,
it was pretty intense to put him away. I was with him in the emergency. Sorry, I got a little in the intensive care. He was in a coma. So I'd go in and talk to him.
How old was he when he passed?
84.
That's amazing. He did all that coke and he made it to 84.
He stopped doing coke. He just liked pot. But he did a lot of coke.
When did he stop?
I think about 10 years before he died.
Still amazing. 74 years old doing coke. Going, "I got another 10 years. I'll tell you what."
I can't. How do you stop? Woo! No booze, no coke, no pot, no pills.
Yeah.
Angry over the Atlanta Braves and Cleveland Indians' use of Indian caricatures as logos, Native Americans showed up at the World Series tonight. They chanted for hours to protest Indian stereotypes, though it didn't help their cause any when it started to rain. Native Americans in upstate New York are trying to block plans to build a Kmart on the site of a Mohican burial ground. In addition, they were upset to learn that sales at this particular Kmart will be announced, "Attention Kmart savages." In Michigan, State Historical Commission officials say they will not interfere with the building of a new major sports stadium, even if construction unearths historical artifacts. However, state Indian Affairs officials say that if relics from a Native American tribe are found, they would like to have the land set aside and designated as a sacred tribal burial ground / giant casino. In Wisconsin, students at Menominee High School are desperately fighting efforts by the politically correct to change their team nickname the Indians. Already, opponents of the name have rejected the students' first compromise, the Drunken Indians. They feel that's almost worse in a way, you know? In Bridgeport, Connecticut, the Staticoti Indian tribe is seeking recognition by the Bureau of Indian Affairs in order to open either a manufacturing company or a casino. I wonder which one they'll choose. Manufacturing company or the casino? In Norwich, Connecticut, a local museum has made a long overdue effort at racial reconciliation by returning 21 ancient tribal artifacts to the Mohegan Indians. But as for everything else in the country, we'll be keeping that. It's good news, really. We don't have to give any of it back.
It's like the difference between the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins. I can see where Redskin might upset somebody just a little. I don't think you're ever going to get it changed, but at least it is a bit denigrating. But Indians, isn't that? I never understand that.
You don't understand that?
No.
Well, here's the thing, man.
Or Braves.
I have no formal education,
Mm-hmm.
and as a matter of fact, I don't have any informal education. It's not like I'm hanging out with professors on the weekend, right?
Yes.
But this is the way I understand it. Old Chris Columbus,
Mm-hmm.
he sailed over here,
Right.
and then he got here, and he thought it was India.
Jesus, what a dolt. And that's the source of us all.
Yeah, so he goes, hey, man, look at all those Indians.
All right. Oh, that's it.
And then one of his buddies goes, hey, man, we took a wrong turn at the middle of the Pacific Ocean. This is America. and then he goes, hey, you Indians better get the hell out of here. You're not even in the right country.
Well, once you're about to take a country from somebody, you cannot refer to them as Native Americans. It only makes your task harder. They will fight harder because you've already told them you assume that it is their property. But my feeling is at some point there were an ice people, a horde of almost Piltdown men-like creatures who the Indians or whatever, the Native Americans came in and took this from. Isn't that the way of the world, Norm? That eventually everybody takes something.
What's a Piltdown, man? You talking about the old days?
I'm sorry to throw you off the scent of the conversation. I'm talking about in Paleolithic times. I assume that the Native Americans were not native here either, but came down and took this from somebody else. That's just the way of the world.
Yeah, everybody takes everything. Listen, Mother Nature is a brutal bitch.
Mm-hmm.
A red-clawed,
paint the picture.
Machine that eats and
shrieking Harridan.
Yeah.
So, Jenny, what month was your issue?
Quoting Churchill.
May of 08. Who was on the cover? Do you remember? It was a Russian girl.
Uh-oh.
And my nickname's Genocide, so I think that was kind of funny.
What? What? Why is that? It's funny because there was a genocide.
In Russia?
Only about 70 years ago. Against the Russian people.
Who still lives? But me. That's not
You
it.
first.
Huh?
Czechoslovakia. No, it was not. It wasn't a complete genocide.
What do you mean?
No, it was.
Well, Stalin was a mass murderer.
Only Jewish people seem to get really offended by my nickname.
There are fives in a case. Right.
Well,
because they're the only ones that.
Well, the only true genocide was the.
Another one this way, Sam. That was a true genocide.
Wow. What?
The American Indians was a true genocide.
No, that was for land.
No, that was justified.
That was for land. We were taking their property.
No, it doesn't matter. What does it matter what the motive?
No, the genocide. Yeah, the motive is to just hatred of a race to exterminate them without a political or economic agenda.
Well, we did with the Indians.
Well, it's not justifiable.
No, well, who's saying it's justified?
I said, well,
just you got to bury it.
I'm just wondering how it's justified.
Just one counterpoint.
You've never heard the legal term justifiable genocide? Hitler was out of his mind at the time.
Baby, won't you come by? Everything's better with you by my side. A movie and dinner tonight. Pour a couple drinks and yeah, we're feeling fine. And when the
Murphy is Norm Macdonald.
Thank you. Thank you, but I am sorry I cannot, in good conscience, accept this award on behalf of Melissa McCarthy. I instead have chosen to give my time to a friend who has something very important to say.
My name is Johnny Two Feathers. While you enjoy tonight's show, I want you to think about something. The spot where you're sitting, every square foot of ground in this country was stolen from my ancestors. And after you stole it, you murdered them. So you'll forgive us if we do not laugh along. There is nothing funny about the extermination of a people. The theater stinks of blood. That's all I have to say. Oh.
Johnny Two Feathers, everybody. Johnny Two Feathers. Give him a wave, Johnny. Johnny, you know how to wave? All right. Well, Johnny Two Feathers, everybody.
Anthony Jeselnik, are you going to be live tweeting Last Comic Standing Wednesday at 10 p.m.? You have to now.
Oh, I do. I think I keep thinking that NBC is going to tell me to stop, and they won't.
Is that an assumption that you're just not going to be asked back?
Because they're like, oh, we love you, you did a great job, but they just had to cut so much of my stuff that I don't know if I would. If I could maybe go back, but I would just be smarter about it. I would just know. Like, my biggest interest was just riffing with Norm. So I wish I hadn't written so many jokes that they were just going to cut all of them and just been kind of loose and screwed around more.
Yeah, it's all for time. It's really amazing. Anytime you record anything for television, you record 2 hours for a half hour, and it all just winds up.
Oh, these were like 5-hour tapings. 100 comics, and most of them you don't even see. There are people who get past the first round who they cut out entirely, just for time. Like, it's weird how they have to do it. I just assumed that they would ignore all the comics and be like, we've got this great show with Anthony and Norm, like, getting into fights. Let's show that. Nah,
spin-off.
I thought that would have been amazing, but
I think America thinks that would be amazing too.
I see tweets like that like, you guys should have like a sitcom together.
I don't know how he didn't get one of those desks. Ferguson, Letterman, like, how did Norm Macdonald not wind up behind one of
He almost like followed Conan, I think, at one point. They weren't going to have him do an after show after Conan.
Wow.
I run into Norm. We're doing press, like, to promote the show. We're doing Larry King together. And Norm and I love Norm, but we kind of fought for the first couple episodes. Like, it was uncomfortable, and then we figured out how to work together. And
what are you fighting about?
Just like who's going to be the funny one? It's just two alpha males. You know, where he would make a joke and the audience would get mad at him. So I would make fun of him to get the crowd back, and he doesn't appreciate that. So we're like figuring it out.
If I go to the ATM machine at night and it's like a white lady getting money out her account, I won't get out my car.
When you were at the ATM machine, you were no longer a black guy. You were a human being.
That was great. Almost racist, but then you got it right under the bar, Norm. That's why I love you. Keep it going for DC Urban. You're doing a great job, DC.
And so we're backstage at Larry King, and he's like, I don't know how to promote this thing. I don't know what to talk about. So we want to talk about these comics, and I go, no, let's do this. Let's say that we had this horrible rivalry, and that we hate each other, and just talk trash about like things we would do to each other backstage, and like all these different how much we hate each other. He goes, that's great. Let's do that. That's really funny. And I'm like, all right, great. So I go around for weeks. And I'm just throwing Norm under the bus, talking about how much I hated him and what an awful person he is. And Norm has completely forgotten that we've made this deal. Norm is just talking about how nice I am and how funny I am everywhere we go. And he still hasn't brought it up to me, but I can't think he's happy. I can't think he's happy that I'm just...
Regarding Norm, you know, both of you guys have definitely different styles, but both of you, I think, have a real cerebral approach to your craft. And I'm just wondering, from you coming up, what did you learn from a colleague like Norm Macdonald?
You know, he wasn't my colleague until just recently, so coming up I couldn't really learn anything from him, but I learned from watching him on SNL when he was on Weekend Update of just that, believe in your joke. And if the audience doesn't get it, you still need to believe in it. You know, like, not every joke has to hit. You don't want to be a crowd pleaser. You want to be a great comedian. And Norm seemed to always be going that way. So I always looked up to him, always loved him, which is why meeting him and getting to work with him was such a huge disappointment. I don't regret doing it. But like now when that I'm watching it, I'm furious. And they don't seem to mind that I'm furious in like a funny way. Like, I'm still promoting the show by going and like slamming it and talking about how great I am and how much better I am than everybody else on the show. You know, they really don't care. Like, I don't know if you've seen my Twitter, but like I live tweet the show and they're borderline war crimes what I'm doing. Like,
I will now. Wednesday, 10 p.m. We're all going to be following Anthony Jeselnik on Twitter as he live tweets Last Comic Standing. And then, of course, Norm being at the end chair. That's just mana from heaven. Like, thank you, God.
Sure,
that
but
I get to watch Norm Macdonald.
that was like why I took the gig was to work with Norm. I was like, oh, that's amazing. When am I going to chance like this again? Let me do this. And the way he was in the taping is so much better than the way they edit that it kills me. Like,
why? Because I think he's really good on the show.
He's
really
good on the show.
Constructive advice.
He's good, but it was fascinating to see him like unfiltered, especially when they took out all the bad comics. Some of the funniest stuff on that show is when a bad comic comes up and the judges trash them. I'm trashing them. Like, that was really fun, and that's all gone. They didn't want to embarrass anyone. So it's like the one reality show where they don't want the drama. And Norm was like borderline a monster to people. Like, he would say things that would kill me, that I would be like on the floor dying laughing. Like, I would have to take time. One of my favorites was he told this one girl, he said, he just like, and she did fine. Like, the other two judges really liked her. And this is what would happen was, like, the other two judges would like the person, the crowd liked the person, and then Norm would just be like, I think you suck. And it would be like, everyone's like, I can't believe you're saying this, and I can't believe you're so against the other two judges. But so this girl, he says, she's done fine, the other judges like her. Norm says, I thought that was horrible. I think you're one of the worst people I've seen in this whole competition. And I'm like dying laughing. And then he goes, I think that you are incapable of writing a joke. And she goes, oh, well, I'll work on that. She's trying to be nice. She's like, okay, thank you. I'll work on that. And he goes, no, don't work on it. I said you are incapable. And that was the most like crushing thing he could have said to someone. I can't think he's happy that I've just
But what
been
happened
like
that night on
slamming
Larry
him.
King?
We weren't on together. We
You
weren't on
were
together.
not on-
No.
Oh, it sounded like you guys were going to go.
It was like I went on first and then he went on second. So I went on and like
And
kind
he
of
loves
trashed
Larry
him.
King. He did it when I
Loves
was
him.
on SNL.
Oh yeah.
For my money,
The
beets are
best.
the best vegetable. Hello.
He said his favorite Larry King story, and I still think this is hilarious, is someone's talking to Larry King, and Larry's like, you lost your son, right? And he goes, yeah, I lost a child. And Larry King just goes, Paul Newman says you never get over it. Like, that's the only way he could relate to someone who lost a child, was what Paul Newman said once. Like, the guy's just completely out of his mind.
This is what I heard Larry King say to a guy once. The guy had lost his child. Oh, no. And Larry King goes, Paul Newman told me you never get over it. It's like some unfeeling psychotic.
Where did you start comedy, Norm? What if all my questions were so formulaic? What makes Norm Macdonald tick? We'll find out. We'll be right back after this.
What's your favorite curse word?
Anyway. Larry King is interviewing now. You got to watch him because you got to watch.
Have you done Larry King?
I did him as from his news and views. But on the Larry King now, you can notice he's getting really old, and he's like seen everything. Like, he's interviewed everybody, and he's desensitized to everything. So, like, there'll be a guy on like go like, anyways, my son went missing and died. And Larry King goes, they say there's nothing worse than burying a child. Paul Newman told me that. But no, like, emotion at all.
But that they say there's nothing worse. Oh, can you put a little love in that?
The first death, always the worst. Just a grisly.
Oh,
but he's seen it all.
Who used to say that he could have? Dana Gould used to say that.
Superman.
Dana Gould used to say his guest will be like, today on our first half hour we have the President of the United States, and then coming up later, Charo. or like Dana used to say, who is it? The Lamb Chop and Jerry Lewis.
There was one guy, I don't know who it was, but he had Larry King, and he had Superman as the guest. It was like, Superman, one word, kryptonite.
How long ago was this?
I don't remember who did that. He is the greatest to watch, though, isn't he?
I like watching him, actually. Is that wrong? I still think
what?
he's pretty good.
I actually did something for CNN.com, and it was in the studio where he does his show, and I couldn't believe how, like, chintzy his studio seemed. It was just a desk and nothing. It's nothing. It's a desk and then the...
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
I'm like, wow, it's almost like he's doing a radio show, you know? Like, this is much nicer than his studio. For sure.
That's what Rickles always goes. He goes, you see him now, he goes, he's interviewing Netanyahu, and then later he's with Bill and
Bill from Wyoming.
Sid from that neighborhood, Nate and now.
You know why I like Larry King? Because he gets Don Rickles, and that says somewhere deep down he gets it.
Oh, definitely.
And I always think, doesn't it seem like when he has Bill Maher on and when he has Jon Stewart on, that he likes them and agrees with most of their views?
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Jimmy?
I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of the Larry King, but
me neither.
He seems like a nice guy. I don't know.
He was one of those guys when he was on radio. He was like Tom Snyder.
I listened to him on radio.
Yeah.
I liked him on radio.
And on those old broadcasters on radio, it's like they knew everything.
Yeah, and then he would rant a lot more on the radio. Like, he was more interesting, and then now it's just he's more of just a bad interviewer.
Right.
Like, one time I saw him interviewing friends. Like, I guess his thing is that he doesn't prepare, so he's like he's asking questions like the common man would think.
Right.
So, but it really hinders him because then he doesn't do any homework. Like, he had the cast from Friends on, which is a show he obviously had never watched, and he's like, "You, what's it like working with all these people?"
That's hilarious.
You, I'm like, you can't. It's Courtney Cox.
So do you think when Jerry Seinfeld got a little upset or hurt or whatever it was, there was some legitimacy to that? Do you remember that?
No, tell me what happened.
Do you know? I mean, I know, but my version might be blurry. So if you have a better, well, he said something about now that your show got canceled, or something like it got canceled. Am I wrong?
No, you're.
Oh, I don't want to give the bad version of it, but Jerry was like, Larry, my show was on for 10 years. You do know that, don't you?
Oh yeah.
We weren't canceled. We went out #1.
And he said
Larry
that
King's like, well, it's off.
Yeah, something like that.
But Larry King probably just forgot.
Lasted how long?
9 years, 180 episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did. So.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Is
this still CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also. But... Yeah, no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry. Do you know who I am?
Jewish guy, Brooklyn.
Yes.
Okay.
75 million viewers last episode.
Boy, you don't take it so bad.
Well, that's the big difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll be right back.
Jeez.
B-movie opens... B-movie
Can we get a resume in here for me?
B-movie opens
that
tomorrow.
Can go over?
Hey, we'll be right back.
He called Ringo George.
Yeah, he did.
You know what? Don't we all do that though? I mean, haven't we all leave the guy alone? He's 90.
Go ahead. I'm
But
leaving
it's the
him
fucking
alone.
Beatles.
I'm leaving him alone.
Where were you when John passed? George, where were you?
George? No, this is Ringo.
Ringo, where were you?
I was in the Bahamas.
I was getting to bring George back.
I was.
No,
you weren't, Larry. You've got Shut up! his name It's my wrong. turn. I know, but you've got your name wrong, I Ringo. know. On national Give him a television. break. We can't anyway, play it. It's I live. was in the Bahamas.
You're great, Did right? Norm ever bring a joke to you or an idea that even you thought maybe went too far? Because he would
Norm?
really Norm, yeah,
yeah. There's actually
because he really would push the envelope.
There was with Norm. Even with me, like I'd occasionally, and you guys knew.
Yeah, I know. You would tell me in Hollywood Minute, you'd say, "I dare you to do that." I'm like, I can't. I don't want to. I got scared, but you're like, you're such a pussy. And I'm like, God damn that Hollywood.
But when you were dealing with Norm, he would occasionally he would be in his Canadian geezer mode, and you couldn't get him out of it. He would just have to ride it out. You just have to go, okay, he's going to be doing like, I'm sorry, I don't quite.
Oh, that's right.
I hear you, but I don't understand you, and that kind of thing. And so you'd have to go, okay, Norm, when you're ready to talk as Norm Macdonald, I'm here, And but anyway, so sometimes he would come in with things where he was clearly joking, and I would never take the bait. But one time he had this joke, which there's not a lot of jokes that offend me. They certainly don't offend me in the conventional ways, but they often offend me. It's just, I think they're just terrible jokes. But this one kind of did in a way in that sense. But he had this joke where it was, Woody Allen is dating again. And it was the image of the naked Vietnamese girl running down the road after the napalm attack.
That old photo,
that famous old photo. And so my only reaction to that was like, Norm, come on, seriously, you can't. And he goes, no, come on, it's funny.
It's funny.
I go, Norm, no, it's no. And to this day, I don't know. And I go, Norm, please, if you do that joke in front of an audience, you're going to take down
the rest of the show.
The next 3 shows will be
Rockefeller Center.
You cannot do that. You can't. I mean, it'll take the temperature in the studio down 30 degrees. There'll be like ice on people's, beards and stuff. You can't do that.
Rioting.
No, come on, it's funny. So he and Frank was backing him on it. Frank Sebastiano, one of the best update writer ever. And he
loves it.
And Frank was not, I would look over at Frank, and Frank was not, he wasn't like winking or anything. And so I go, okay. So we tried it at dress, and it had precisely the effect. I thought it would, although who knows about future shows. But anyway, it was like this, this collective giant gasp. And then, so after that, Norm was willing to give it up. And then we didn't do it on air, obviously. But like years later, so that was like, I'm going to say that was maybe 1996. So at least 10 years later, Steve Higgins, who's current producer of the show, comes up to me and says, do you ever remember, and we're looking for a sound effect of an audience being like horrified, offended. And I go, I got it. So I said, I directed them to that update. And I said, I'm pretty sure if you take that thing, the other thing is it will be uncorrupted by any laughter. So you'll get a nice clean take of gasping and horror. And so they I didn't remember which show it was from, so they had to plow through a lot of dress rehearsals, I guess. But a few hours later, Higgins said, oh my God, we got it. And it is everything you said. So they use it. And to this day, I'm pretty sure they have it on a cart. So whenever they need the sound effect of something, not just not getting a response, but getting kind of active hate, Yeah. It was that moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really my fault? 'Cause you try to hit me with your pity till I can't trust, but I still push on. Got me changing my ways, trying to fix it.
It's like with comics, it's like you have to love doing what you do and actually do it.
You're so
you know
right.
what I mean? You can't just be lazy. That skates by for when you're naturally funny. You can be lazy at first, but eventually you got to get your shit together and work. It's
A lot of people don't know that you're on the road 300 something days a year. You're doing stand-up.
I was trying to, B.B. King told me he did 320 days a year. Big man, with, and he had to prick his fingers. Everybody used loose steel. So I said, I'm going to try beat B.B. King. If he can do it, I can do it. But I never got past 300 I did last year.
But it was just a lot. Wow. You're like the Jay-Z of stand-up.
These broken pieces I hold in my hands don't have a chance to mend at all. Before they get thrown into chaos again, I try to pretend I'm whole enough to stand in this world so unsteady.
Oh, this is your kind of joke,
zoned
man.
out.
This reminds me of your kind of joke.
All right.
Just from hearing you read jokes.
Oh, I like this. I like the theme that this one has. A man in Taiwan reportedly cut off his own penis to win an argument with his wife. That reminds me of that episode of Everybody Loves Raymond, where Raymond forgot Deborah's birthday and he had to cut his own cock off. Oh my God.
Brad Garrett seemed like a long shot. I remember like him because he was so crazy tall. You'd see him at the Improv and you go, how could he be cast in anything?
Well, he wasn't, you know, we wrote the show based on my life, so it was based on my brother in real life, who really was a cop, a New York City cop, but he was like 5'10", and he had this kind of bitterness, but he nothing like Brad brought into it.
This is Robert, Ray's brother. Ray's brother?
Listen, Deborah, once again, it's that time of year where I have to ask you to look deep into your hearts and pockets to pledge your continued support for those of us who risk our lives for you.
Yeah, sure, Robert. How much?
Let me finish. The $20 pledge enables us to upgrade our equipment, fund our community outreach program, and provide our canine division with crunchy treats. Thank you.
And he had bitterness about you, your success?
He coined the phrase, this is what nobody knows, which is what I hate, is that Everybody Loves Raymond.
Which you hate that. You hate that title.
Yeah.
It
wasn't a title I wanted. It was a quote from my brother, said sarcastically in real life. Yeah, he came over to my house. He saw I won like a Cable Ace Award, which we don't. Yeah. And he said, "Look at it. What's this?" I go, "Yeah, I got it they just gave me an award." And he just goes, "Look at this. Look at our lives." You know, he was a cop, New York City cop. He said, people spit at me, they shoot at me. Everybody loves Raymond. Yeah. And so that got in the show, and then Phil Rosenthal said, let's use it as a working title, just a working title. Yeah. And I said, oh, it's going to stick, and sure enough, Les Mundos would.
Was he your first choice, Brad? It should have had quotation marks around it.
No, Brad, they were casting, you know, I was in New York, and they would keep telling me who they think is up for it, and then they said, we found a good choice for the brother, Brad Garrett. And I said, you know, because all I knew him was from Star Search. And he won. He won the first year of Star Search. So I knew of him, and I knew he was this giant
impressionist. Yeah.
I said, what? And Stu Smiley from HBO said, he did this unique take on it. And I saw it, and it was a lucky, that's it. We didn't write that. That wasn't on the page, that persona. And he brought that in.
Does he live in Las Vegas?
No, but he has a place there because he has that club.
I saw him there.
You say there's no way we could go back, and that I've broken what we had. Oh, I wish that you would come
Oh, that's great. You're ahead of schedule.
Hey, you know, everybody's asking when we get to see the new Pterodon.
Gordon's going to be bringing it in any minute.
What happened? Can you help him?
Claire, I'm sorry. I mean, he knew what he was doing. The pathways are all fried. Even if we could power him up, his internal memory is shot. He'd be an empty shell. He's gone.
Boom. That's it. Nice job, everyone.
And in 2/3 of the time. We should all get big bonuses.
Checks in the mail.
Why you going high? Push me to the side.
Yeah, like I went to Vegas a couple weeks ago and a funny thing happened. Hey, Andy.
Hi.
And a funny thing happened there in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go there, you know, to gamble. I meet a couple of midgets, you know?
Couple of midgets?
Yeah.
Little people, I call them.
Well, I don't think of people as little people.
Okay, your word's better.
Yeah.
Go ahead anyway. You meet a couple of midgets.
I know a lot of people in show business talk about the little people.
Right.
But I think everybody's the same. The midgets, the regular people.
Come on, okay.
You know? We're all human beings.
We're all human beings. That's good. You're not. That's good. You have a good attitude.
Some of us are, you know, short and have weird big heads. So, anyway, these guys.
That neck went out there for a second, but it's better now.
These two midgets, man, they were the funniest dudes. And one of them was telling me that him and his buddy decided to get a couple of prostitutes, you know, because midgets, they can't have sex very much with the women, you know. And, so they say, we'll get a couple of prostitutes.
I didn't know that, but okay. Yeah.
So they say, let's get a couple of prostitutes, right? So the other midget goes, hey, man, that's great. So,
what are they, Cheech and Chong? Like you're two midgets, like, hey, dude. Yeah, man, that sounds heavy.
Well, you know.
All right.
So the midgets, the one midget, they get their two prostitutes, you know, and they take them up to their room, you know, in the hotel. And so the one midget, he gets in the room with the girl. And
They're in separate rooms here?
Yeah, separate rooms, but they're adjoining.
Right.
So the one midget, he gets the prostitute and he wants to have sex with her, but he'd been drinking a lot, so he had trouble, like, performing, you know?
Yes, I know.
Right. Nobody knows better than you about that. So the one midget, he gets in with his girl, but he's too drunk to perform, and he feels real bad, right? So then, this is what the guy's telling me, the midget. He goes down, then afterwards, he says, okay, get out, you dirty whore, you know? He blames her, you know?
Right, blames her,
yeah.
Okay.
So she leaves, and then he's feeling all bad, so he listens with a glass to the next room where his buddy is with his prostitute.
Right.
And he hears, like, in the next room, he hears, 1, 2, ah! 1, 2, ah! 1, 2, ah! 1, 2, ah!
Right.
1, 2, ah!
Right. Stop doing it.
Yeah. Okay. So he goes, oh, that dirty midget's having some fun sex over there, you know? So...
He calls him a midget too? Yeah. But he's a midget. All right, whatever.
So he feels bad, you know?
Right.
And the next day, man, he meets his buddy midget at the coffee shop. He goes, and the guy goes, hey, man, how'd it go last night? And the one guy goes, oh, man, it was horrible, you know? I was too drunk. I couldn't perform with my prostitute. He goes, but it sounds like you had a good time. And then the other guy, midget, goes, what, are you kidding? I couldn't even get up into the bed.
That you ran into those guys because it's such a good story.
I know. Well, it's a happy ending. They did very good at Baccarat, and they went home.
They were happy.
I'm used to say goodbye, nothing new to me. Baby, I'm trying to survive, and I know that you believe in a world with happy endings. So tired of pretending.
You're writing a book.
Yes.
How to be a model.
Yes. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Getting into Modeling.
So, like, rule number 1, be incredibly beautiful. I mean, what are the things that you can do?
I know rule number 2.
Yeah.
Don't be a midget.
No. Stop it. Okay. All right.
Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett. Christy Brinkley told reporters this week that her marriage to Billy Joel was over long before their divorce. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Christy Brinkley and that she was married to Billy Joel.
According to an obscure 14th century law, British Army Captain James Hewitt could be hanged for having an affair with Princess Diana. The punishment for having sex with Princess Diana is death. The punishment for having sex with Princess Anne is having sex with Princess Anne. A new development in the O.J. Simpson civil trial this week. According to sworn testimony, Nicole Brown Simpson had told her therapist that she was afraid of getting beaten by O.J. Simpson. Asked why he didn't report this earlier, the therapist said, "I was afraid of getting beaten by O.J. Simpson." Our top story tonight comes from the O.J. Simpson civil trial, where this week it was revealed that in his first interview with police, Simpson had refused to take a lie detector test. His reason? It detects lies.
When I was a kid, my dad would tell me that this man was a gold medal decathlete. Why, the greatest athlete in the world. And now I have to tell my kid that this man is a man.
A Labor Department task force says it will crack down on sweatshops in New York's Chinatown, where employees work 90-hour weeks for as little as 75 cents an hour. A spokesman for the sweatshop owners said, quote, "That's all we can afford to pay. This is a sweatshop. We make sweat." 18-year-old Julie Wozchak will be going to Paris after winning an essay contest sponsored by the Dayton Daily News. She won for her essay, which was entitled, "Why I Want to Go to Paris with Some Old Guy from the Daily Dayton News." Dayton Daily News. Like that would have helped. Okay. A 3-year-old Texas boy remains in fair condition after being assaulted by the family's pet cougar. No one knows why the attack occurred, but hey, how about because their pet is a cougar? How about... Rap star Hammer is suing the Los Angeles Police Department after he and his entourage were mistakenly handcuffed by police. The most shocking part of this story, Hammer has an entourage. Painting that depicts a large rat sucking at the breast of the Blessed Virgin Mary was removed from a high school art display due to complaints by local residents. The artist blamed the complaints on a lack of art education, while I blame the complaints on the fact that it was a painting of a large rat sucking the breast of the Blessed Virgin Mary.
There's this guy died, Jerry Rubin, and he was a yippie.
Yes.
Not a hippie, but a yippie. I remember my dad going, "Who is that, a goddamn hippie or a yippie?" You know.
Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week. Oh, I'm sorry, that should read, Yippee Jerry Rubin died last week. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. My mistake completely. Just, I didn't read it right.
You look for jokes.
Yeah.
That have the same setup as the punchline. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I said the perfect joke would be if the punchline and the setup were almost identical.
It harkened me back listening to the beautiful speaking, like, you know, because I remember that, you know, it's 8 o'clock, and do you know where your children's at and stuff? And it harkened back to me, because a half hour earlier, I was saying the same thing. I was in the restaurant. I was like, 7:30, man. Anybody know where my pork chop is? You ever try to get a pork chop at this joint? I mean, you guys like pork? You don't like pork? Call yourself Americans? But no, I had a pork. I had a nice, delicious piece of pork, a pork chop, you know. Pork, I don't know. I don't think it's that good for you, but I like it. I'm pretty sure it's not good for you because it's a pig. But I like it. Anything with a snout, I don't think you're supposed to eat. I think that may be in the scriptures. I'm not sure, but recall something about that. My doctor has me on a snoutless diet right now. He says I got to exercise every day, aerobics and latissimus dorsi, all that shit, you know, get my back and everything, and then no snouts. But no, my friend, let me tell you something. My friend, who is a vegetarian, she's a girl, you know, like all vegetarians are, and you don't mean a lot of dudes, you know, but anyway. She was talking to me about the vegetarianism stuff, right? Now, have you ever had this experience where you think something's right your whole life, you know, and then in a moment, in a flash, you realize you've been wrong about everything you've ever believed ever. Not everything, but that one thing. By the way, if you ever wake up and you realize you've been wrong about everything in your entire life, that's not a good day then. You may as well go down to the rope store and buy yourself a length of rope. Then go down to the stool store, get yourself a nice stool. Then you go over to the notepad store, you buy yourself a notepad. Then you get a pen. You only really need 4 things. Must be hard to write those notes. You know, what, I'm supposed to write it on this little thing? Everything that drove me to end my life? I don't know where to start. But, anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, pork. No, because my friend who's a vegetarian, this girl, she was telling me, you know, we always argue because she's a vegetarian and I am not a vegetarian. And so she has her opinions and I have my opinions, and I realize that her opinions are actually stronger than my opinions. Like she'll say to me, she goes, you can't eat, animals because they're God's creatures too, you know what I mean? And you shouldn't destroy another creature of our great God just so that you could have a frivolous meal that would not be necessary. You can't extinguish the life of and then I go, I like pork. That's my opinion. So that's not a good argument at all. So anyways, the upshot of it is that people can change, thank God, through the glory of God, people can come to changes in life. And I am now a vegetarian, so that's nice, you know. Thank you very much. I'm not a strict vegetarian, I eat meat, but I am a vegetarian, but not a strict one. I only eat meat. You know what I don't like is vegetables. I can't eat those. I can't stand eating vegetables. So in the strictest term, strictest use of the word, strict, I'm not a strict vegetarian. But you know what she does, my friend that is a vegetarian? She makes this thing every Thanksgiving. I don't know if you've ever eaten this. It's called a tofurkey. Tofu. It's an unwieldy word. No one likes to hear it. But it's a turkey, but it's not really a turkey. You know? Sounds like a turkey because it's got a lot of the same letters. But what they do is they take tofu, you see, and then they fashion it into the countenance of a turkey. Yeah? Which doesn't fool me. And also, I don't understand why she does it on account of she's making it into the thing that she doesn't want to eat in the first place. That seems... I would not do that, you know.
Zuckerberg says he's only eating his own meat that he kills now. Have you read that? with his bare hands.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg?
Your kid's a monster.
He tries to do one thing to alter his modern lifestyle every year. And this year he says he's only going to eat meat that he's actually killed. And I was wondering, what are you adhering to lately?
I'm a vegetarian, a strict vegetarian.
No, have you done that?
Well, I eat chicken.
It's not all that.
That's not vegetarian.
I'm not. I said I'm not strict. I eat chicken and
steaks,
beef, pork. I ate raw game. Did you ever eat? It's not dead yet.
No, you're
and
over
you
there.
eat it, and as you're eating it, their death throes are making you hungrier.
There's nothing.
That's better than a soybean.
Yeah, you're right.
Which sounds better, that or soybean?
Listen, some of the best meals I've had is that Mongolian thing over at Dahmer's on Wednesday night. Literally, we ate a Mongolian.
Did I tell you I ate a live fish in real life?
No.
Yeah, I was at a sushi restaurant, and the guy's like Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go, I eat just sashimi, like raw fish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat with rice or anything like that.
Yeah.
Am I trying to impress him? So he goes, eat raw, you eat live fish? I go, yeah. Even though I don't. And he goes,
never think he's going to call you on
yeah, and I go, plus it sounds kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I get you live fish. I go, thanks, man. Like I was an inside guy, and then he brought out a fish and hit it and knocked it out and put it on a stick. It was live. And that clears out a sushi bar. A lot of people, the girl I was in was barfing in a bathroom, and the only people interested was the guy, the Japanese sociopath guy, and all the Mexican help. They were all like looking like I'd eat it, and so I had to cut it. And then they leave the fish that's on the skeleton that looks like the one Sylvester found on a garbage thing. Mm-hmm. To move. It's moving and like a dead bobblehead, and you had to put water in its mouth to keep it alive so you could watch it die as you ate. It was a nice meal.
Jesus.
Norm Macdonald is a comedian's comedian, a man who has earned both respect from his peers and laughs from the audience.
There are obviously a lot of entertaining celebrities, but Norm Macdonald used to come on our show in the early days, and those were, I thought, great television because we never knew it was happening, and it was always teetering on the edge of, it was all about to blow up. It's all about to fail, and it would always end brilliantly. And then he stopped coming around, and it was just a period that passed. And I was always sad about that because I thought, we're a very celebrity-conscious age, and people always think that the best guests are the biggest celebrities. Sometimes, the best guests are these people that you have a weird connection with, and it's compelling television. People see and they talk to me about it later on. Like I'll be out in the world walking around, and people will say, "I saw that when you were with Harlan or when you were with Norm or with Will. And that really got wild and crazy in a way that they don't see on television."
But what's the movie going to be called?
Well, I know what it's going to be called.
Yeah, what's that?
If it's got Carrot Top in it, you know what a good name for it would be?
What's that, Norm?
Box Office Poison.
She's in it.
What about my career?
Courtney Thorne Smith, the girl sitting to your left, is in the movie.
I'm going to go see it for fun.
There's this movie coming out.
Yes.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
You know, I learned a little bit about that was Norm. And of course, Norm's a little crazy, but Norm, a big host would come and we'd all get all hopped up, like, okay, Rose is gonna bring in big ratings. Let's get our AP. Where's my goat? I'm gonna throw out a goat. And Norm would sit there in the pitch meeting. We'd all be dead serious. Will would throw out, I'm going to do a cheerleader.
Right.
This one and that. And Norm would be like, yeah, I got a sketch ready. You're going in your pants, and you're just walking around. And you're like, yeah, I'm the guy with the in my pants. You know? I hate this guy, and you look at him like he was nuts, but he knew what he was doing.
Norm knew exactly. Listen, one of the single funniest things I've ever seen in my life is when he did Letterman, how quickly he would throw the sport coat off at the end of the sketch. Nothing made me laugh harder than Norm. Doing Letterman, and I said to him, "What's with the sport?" You know how Letterman, how ill at ease he is with show business.
Yeah.
Norm said, "That's all I had at the beginning. The essence of it was his discomfort." I said, "This guy's a freaking genius."
My apologies to Jenna Elfman. Good night, everybody.
He is a genius. He would warm up the crowd. Now, when I would warm up the crowd, I would warm it up like I was playing the Garden, and I wanted to teach everyone a lesson. If I'm cut from tonight, I want you to know I should have been on.
That I was a badass.
Yeah, I'd warm up the crowd, kill. Norm would go up behind me, and he'd go, hey, you know, Jim Brewer and these guys, he's got all these great impressions, you know. So I said, "Oh, I better learn some impressions." So, are you guys all ready? This is my newest impression of these. I love it. Because here's Ed Sullivan. And I'm like, he's really going to do Ed Sullivan? Like, why would you? He goes, Ed Sullivan introducing the Beatles. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Beatles. Well, I got to work on that one a little bit. I see you during the show.
He's got a little Andy Kaufman in him, Norm. He likes to frustrate, titillate a little, but then periodically he'll say something like, "You know, I feel sorry for the homeless guy's dog, because you know the dog's thinking this is the longest walk I've ever been on."
I give a guy some money out there, a homeless guy in the street, and this is a kind of odd thing. He had a dog with him. You ever see this? He's a homeless guy, but he's got a dog. That kind of odd there. Guy got no home, you know, but he's got a dog. Yeah. And the dog's really thrilled with this idea, you know. Dog's going, "Hey, pal, I can do this by myself pretty well here, you know. The longest walk in the world you got me on here. What the hell? What the hell kind of a thing? What the deuce?"
Norm's hosting a sports show now, Jimbo, on Comedy Central.
Oh, that's dangerous. You and I both know that can be very.
Yeah, but that is a panel I volunteer for, because I want to be in the blast side of that when that goes off, because that is going to be a hoot.
Top story tonight: the NBA is rescheduling Chicago's playoff games around Oprah Winfrey's farewell show. Apparently, the Bulls are taking orders from the cows. Even more surprising than this, Michael Jordan's Hitler mustache. Have you seen these underwear ads? We have some breaking news to report here. This, just off the wire. Reuters News is reporting now that the Mike Tyson app has just raped another app.
Well, you know what? I like Norm Macdonald. Let's give him the money for the week.
I didn't even know he had a podcast.
Oh yeah, dude, Norm Macdonald. Did you see him on Conan telling that moth joke?
No.
Yeah, you got to see it.
No, I haven't.
Dude, you know how many comics out there don't give a fuck, but kind of still do. You have to kind of still do to eat. That guy
Norm
truly
doesn't. He's so fucking funny.
One of my best opening monologue jokes ever. Did you ever see? Remember that whole thing when he was doing Weekend Update and they told him to make it funnier. So he didn't. He just was more Norm the next week. So eventually, of course, he gets fired. So then, he goes off into the Hollywood world. He's got a TV show or a hit movie or some shit. So now they bring him back to guest host on SNL. And I'm going to butcher this, but he kind of came out. He's like, yeah, so, people know I got fired from this show. So now they got me back hosting, which means either I got a lot funnier or this show sucks. That's what he opened up.
You're very kind. In the, what's that? Oh, yeah, I know. No, you're absolutely right. That is my name. You know, when the people here asked me to do the show, you know, I gotta say, I felt kind of weird. You know, I don't know if you remember this, but I used to actually be on this show. You know, I used to do the weekend update news routine. You remember that? And yeah, that's where I did the make-believe news jokes. You know, that was me, right? So then, a year and a half ago, right, I had a sort of a disagreement with the management at the NBC. I wanted to keep my job, right? And they felt the exact opposite. So you see, they fired me because they said that I wasn't funny, you know? Now, with most jobs, I could have had a hell of a lawsuit on my hands for that, but see, this is a comedy show. So they got me, you know what? But now, this is the weird part, right? It's only a year and a half later, and now they asked me to host the show. So I wondered, I go, hey, wait a second here. Hey! I go, how did I go in a year and a half from being not funny enough to be even allowed in the building to being so funny that I'm now hosting the show? How did I suddenly get so damn funny? It was inexplicable to me, because a year and a half, let's face it, is not enough time for a dude to learn how to be funny. Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, you know, well, you'll see later. But okay, so let's recap. The bad news is I'm still not funny. The good news is the show blows. All right, folks, we got a bad show for you tonight. Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Eminem are here. We'll be right back.
It goes, there's comics, and then there's comics. Is one of the rare comics, which means 6 people think he's funny. Norm Macdonald.
It's about your friend.
Hey, you're not going to believe this, but Bill Maher has given away the solution to all our problems for free. He is, isn't he?
Norm Macdonald died yesterday. Did you know Norm well?
Well, not well. No one knew him well.
Yeah, no one knew him well. I worked with him. I spent a great deal of time with him, and I feel like I never knew him at all.
But huge fan. A guy who was not afraid to be too subtle for most people. That's ballsy. You know? He did the jokes he wanted to do. I love that. You believe in Lord?
Mm.
I do.
You do? Are you religious?
I believe in God.
And I do too.
That's as far as I go.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't need your buddy Bill Maher telling me I'm an idiot.
I don't like when atheists say all that shit. It pisses me off too. I'm glad you said that.
They don't know shit either.
So I want you to shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
So who asked you?
I've never got the answer to the one question, which is why? Why Connecticut children? Why? Why a bomber in Boston? If there is a God, he's omnipotent.
Yes.
If he's omnipotent, he could prevent it.
Yes.
Why didn't he prevent it?
I don't know, man, but you got to
don't
stop
get in.
hanging out in that hot tub with Bill Maher all the time. It sounds like you got a God-shaped hole in your heart.
What the hell are you talking about?
Interesting thing. Some comedians, Larry, I feel, a comedian, what he should be doing is being funny. That should be his goal, to be funny. I feel some comedians, their goal is to be smart. And the funny is like a collateral thing. They want to be seen as smart. Your friend Bill Maher, for instance, you know, he wants to be seen as an intellectual.
Dennis Miller.
Nobody likes a guy is smarter than them. That's the worst guy you can be. A guy smarter than the audience. They're going to hate you, you know?
Yeah, it's a very good observation.
All right, let's talk a little bit about China because, Paul, you are an expert. This is your book. As you can see, it looks like many of the menus that you get in restaurants.
I said it had to look like a Chinese menu.
It really does.
It must look like
exactly like a menu. But I know you know a lot about it, and I don't, but here's what I think.
Don't be silly. I heard you speaking Mandarin backstage.
Clinton just re-upped the most favored nation status, which some people have said we shouldn't do. They say we should break off relations with China because China, admittedly, has, you know, as bad a human rights record as Don King. I don't know. It's just bad. But China is a very isolationist country. Historically, they built a wall. I don't know if you know that. And if
That's
we...
the Berlin Wall.
No. That's a different wall. That's in Egypt. And if we break off with them, I think they'll just say, well, the hell with you, and go on doing what they're doing anyway. I think the only way to bring them into the family of nations, and I know this is what the president says, but not just this president, many others, is to engage with them. Why is that wrong?
It's not wrong with we already owe them so much money, we can't break off them. We have so many slave laborers and little kiddies earning 10 cents a day to make tennis shoes that we owe them a ton of money. We can't break off. I mean, they're not.
Of course we can break off. Of course we can break off. First of all, the president himself in 1992 attacked President Bush for coddling the butchers of Beijing. Do you remember that?
Well,
now
that
here
was
we
during
are.
A campaign.
He doesn't just want to extend most favored nation status permanently. He wants to toast them, celebrate them, honor them. I mean, can't we just trade with them? Do we have to respect them in the morning?
But the whole world, it's tough. The whole... I agree. I don't know why they're the most favored nation, but we do owe them a ton of money. The fact is that they make stuff for the whole world. Every Christmas decoration in the whole world is made in China. Forget Nikes, you know.
Well, that lets you know that the issue is money. Clearly the issue has to be money. I was telling Ariana, I saw a documentary that really detailed the whole events in Tiananmen Square. I mean, and this was some really deep stuff. And if anyone saw that, you know, they would say, well, this is wrong. How can we support any regime or any government that supports this? It was like 2 weeks of Kent State, you know, day and night. But when it's not like, clearly the issue is money.
You approved of Tiananmen Square, so did Al Haig.
Yeah,
everyone's saying
it doesn't make it right.
No, it's not right. No, it's not right. I think it's despicable. I think it's an abomination. I think it's an abomination. I don't think we should give them the most favored nation. I agree with you.
But why not? Because if we break off, other people will trade with them, and they won't change.
Everyone trades with them.
Isn't it hubris to think that we can change China any more than China could change us by making campaign contributions?
Do you know what's the percentage?
Well, we're bending. It's not just that we're not doing anything. We're bending over. The whole world is bending over for them and saying, "Do it to me." It's not.
On that note, Norm, stop.
But it's a fact. It is a fact. It is a fact. Because Clinton has a single-faceted policy, which is just trade, nothing else.
But also, do you know what percentage of our exports goes to China? Just 2%. So this is a big myth that somehow exports. Yes, the only 2%. That's not much. And on top of it, please explain to me why we don't give most favored nation status to Cuba, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, but we give it to China. It doesn't make any sense.
Because they got money. Cuba,
it's bucks.
Just like what about Saudi Arabia? They have human rights violations there, but they have oil. We don't even hear a peep out of that.
Well, that's where it's uneven. The policy is clearly uneven. And,
right.
I mean, you'd think that someone should come out and say this is what it is.
But what I find amusing is that no one knows. If people approve and say, Tiananmen Square, that's all right. But they don't know how many people got killed. They say, it's all right, might have killed a few. But no one, even Kissinger, brain that he is, doesn't know how many people got killed, but saying, it's okay. Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, they said, it's okay, he had to disperse the students. No one knows how many got killed.
Well, how many, Mr. Expert?
Well, I don't know. That's the whole point. If I knew.
I'll tell you why nobody knows, because people forget a very important thing. The Chinese are a lot smarter than us. So it's hard to criticize. But some things we excel at that they don't.
One thing they
I have never seen a Chinese guy in a porno. You know what I mean?
I got to take a break. We'll be right back.
You know, I was on Politically Incorrect a couple of times, and fuck, man, you know, you have to have an opinion about every goddamn thing on that show. So,
or you can just do a little homework and write some jokes.
Yeah, but sometimes I remember at the break, like Scott Carter go, enough with the jokes.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget it. Like but I'm very unlearned, and so before the show, Scott came in, who was the
producer. Yeah, he's been on the show. Yeah.
So he said, "What do you think about China and Taiwan?" And seriously, I only know those as words, you know. So I was like, I don't know anything. Like, can't I have another subject? So, anyways, then we get out because he goes because Bill believes this. I mean, anyways, when we get out, we're introducing the guy beside me, the smart guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wrote a book on China and Taiwan.
Right.
So fucking Bill Maher, he starts with me. He goes like, "What was it, China and Taiwan?" I go, I don't know. Fucking ask this guy. What do I know? I'm a nightclub comic. What? Like, that's what made me laugh at that show. Everyone's opinion's equal.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like a nightclub comic and an expert. And then another thing I always found funny about that show is the comedians try to be very serious, and then the serious guys are trying to get jokes.
Yeah.
So it's like...
it's not always our shining moment.
I do like Bill, though.
No, Bill's great at what he does.
Yeah.
Like he started out a straight up joke dude, and he knows his shit. You know, and it's pretty amazing.
You know what's funny about him? I don't know if I should say this or not, but I mean he's probably aware of it. When he does his monologue, you notice when he does his monologue, he does Johnny Carson.
No, no, definitely. He definitely
must
models
be aware
himself.
of it.
I think that's been his style for a long time. He definitely takes the posture.
But I find it very funny because, you know, he's got the posture and the timing and everything, and he's like, and then she came in his face, you know, but it's like crazy words come out.
And Carson would have loved to have done that.
Yeah, he probably would have.
I would have got a thrill from listening to Johnny Carson because I haven't heard the guy in so long. And I love Johnny Carson. You love Johnny Carson.
Sure.
And so on that tape, they kept saying Johnny Carson on the 911 tape, and I thought it'd be him going like, you know, I feel there's a yak on my chest, you know, or something like that.
A spider monkey just peed on me. Can we get the paramedics here?
But
Call me to say goodnight, kiss me once or twice. I'll never let go of you. Fold me into your arms, stay with me till
let's talk about the military a little, because an important ruling came down last week from federal judge Shira Scheindlin, who said that they could now buy at the PX on the base dirty magazine, if you will. Big military support here. Yeah. It's a big military state.
There's some deprived military personnel we can see.
She also included videos in the ruling saying they were also protected by free speech, although the plots were kind of thin. No, anyway, it was called the act that she overturned was called the Military Honor and Decency Act, which for years had banned the selling of this kind of material because they said in that act that they thought it would encourage sexual harassment. When now some people are saying maybe the opposite is true. A quick session with the pet of the month, and maybe that soldier is...
Yeah. You get sleepy. Don't you get sleepy?
What do you mean?
You don't want to rape somebody when you're sleepy.
Why are you sleepy?
Well, after you watch the porno. Listen, I like...
Norm, you have a strange metabolism.
Maybe it's those B12 shots you got.
Right. No,
You're in high school.
I like porno as much as the next guy, you know? And I probably like it... I probably like it 100 times as much as the next guy. But although, you know, I have been watching... this is amazing, because porno is my favorite kind of movie to watch. And yet... I've seen some pornos lately that my buddies have shown me. Have you seen these ones with all male casts? Gay pornos, they're called. These things are horrible.
there's thousands of them. They make thousands of them. They have not made one good one. And I'll tell you what the problem with it is. Quite seriously. Yes, sir. Quite seriously, the problem with these gay pornos and every one guys having sex with each other. Who the hell wants to see that? You know?
Maybe you're shopping in the wrong section of the store.
This is not for me.
I wonder if they can't have those in the military base then.
But these,
don't ask, don't tell, don't watch.
Right. That's an interesting question. I don't know if this ruling includes gay material on the base. Do you know?
Well, you know, it's really ironic at a time when they're trying to sensitize the soldiers. They're sending them to training on how to treat women with respect, and now they're stocking the PXs with porno magazines. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it's a mixed message, wouldn't you say?
Why?
Well, because these magazines degrade women. They do.
And I'll say one thing.
Why don't you just stand up for this segment? You know, like in the...
This is a little warning for people. Playgirl magazine has not got any girls in it.
I give up.
No, please, this hunk is done. But I don't see what's you say. But they don't all degrade. You don't think Playboy
Well, I
degrades
don't look at
women,
them. Obviously, I don't look at
Well,
them.
then how can you speak
I've
with
read
authority
about
if you
it,
don't
and
look
I have a general idea of what's
Oh,
going on
come on.
there.
Have you ever seen Oh, you-
Yes, I have, but I don't. I don't go out of my way to look for them. No, I don't.
Well, Norm has some material in
Yes,
his,
I'll ask
dressing
Norm
room.
next time. I'll call him and
He's got
see what he
thousands of
thinks.
videos. But they're all male. You might enjoy that.
No.
I also loved that I found out that he died after he died. Because to me, show business, we're here for you. You're not here for us. Now, I'm not judging anybody, but there are people who, whatever they're going through, they share it with the audience. Sometimes the audience loves that. I've never been in that camp. I'm not here to burden you. I'm here to lighten your burden. So the fact that Norm, I didn't know about this, nobody knew about this. Good one, Norm.
What's name do I see here? Norman Macdonald cold calling me? What's up, Norm?
What, are you eating some toast?
I was eating toast in the commercial and I just sucked some down the wrong pipe and I'm a little dry. You pick it up and run with it. What's up, Norman?
Nothing. I just wanted to talk about something in the news. Here's the story. I got up early today to take my son to school.
Yeah.
And then I realized it was so early in the morning. And I said, what can I do? I can either, have a coffee, or I can be in show business.
Mm-hmm. So you called in.
So I called in because you're in show. You're one of the only guys in show business at 7 in the morning.
It's a bridge and tunnel thing, exactly.
No, but listen, man, I want to talk about the news.
Even though newscasters are up at 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
You have to go to a comedian.
Listen, I used to get the stories ripped from the headlines. That's where I get my jokes.
Yes, I see.
Now I get them. I type directly from the www. I don't know, but no. This is what happened. I was on the airplane. Do you ever you ever hear a story that means you have no reference to the story ever at all?
Yeah, sure I do.
So I got off the airplane, and the guy says to me, because everything moves so fast. The guy says, "You hear what happened?" I go, "What?" "With the baby and the hot air balloons." They're like, "What? Are you telling me a joke?" It sounded like the guy was going to tell me one of those great old jokes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a rabbi, a priest, and a nun walk into a bar. That's the same sort of start. You hear about the baby and the hot air balloon.
I'm like, no, what? You never know. You don't know if the guy's putting you on.
Right.
And he's like, and he goes, the guy? I go, who's the guy? As if I would know the guy.
Right.
He goes, the guy from Wife Swap. Like, I'm the moron for not
putting these.
I said, Wife Swap? He goes, well, Wife Swap too. And he's like, his attitude was like, where have you been?
Yeah, well, the amazing thing is that you're so much of an adult, you can't put this disparate list of ingredients together. Baby, hot air balloon, wife swap 1. No, wife swap 2. Where do you take it from there, Norman?
Well, I know kids love rides.
Yes.
But I will say about the whole hot air balloon industry, I've never been I don't know, man. I've never been one to say, hey, I'd like to go up on a balloon with a blazing fire underneath me. It seems like there's about 7 ways that you could end up perishing. There's only one way you could survive.
The only people who have ever pitched it historically were Forbes magazine, Malcolm Forbes and Jules Verne. They're the only people who ever made hay off the hot air balloon. Everybody else, you're right, has ended up on Mysterious Island.
Don't you think Malcolm Forbes, he's like, hey, man, maybe if I go up on this hot air balloon all the time, people will think of me as a hot air balloon guy and not a secret fruit.
Well, everybody has their motives. I think you might have laser locked on us. So you're not sending your boy up in
myself in that.
Oh, you're not sending your own son up in the hot air balloon, Norm.
No way, man. No, my son's just into regular boyhood things, bungee jumping.
Right. Indelible paintball.
Yeah, he likes to cut himself because he says it makes him feel something. I'm like, what's wrong with feeling nothing like everybody else?
Norman, it's good to hear your voice, buddy. What do you got coming up? Anything?
Oh man, I'm going to be at the what? All those names, you know?
Well, get them to Christian. I'll read them, man. I hate to make you do your biz, but I'll do it after the break. I got to take one now. Thank you for cold calling us, baby. I appreciate that. The great Norm Macdonald. Why doesn't he just feel nothing like the rest of them?
Visitors to New York's Times Square this winter are in for a bit of a surprise. Crazy people will be shooting at them. Well, New Yorkers were asked in a recent survey what they thought of the new slicked-back hairdo Princess Di displayed on a recent trip to the city. 38% of New Yorkers approved, 45% disapproved, and 17% said, "You stopped me for this? Now I'm going to shoot you." Well, crime is down nearly 20% in New York City, with only 384 murders so far this year. Only 384? You know, if you ask me, that's still 307 too many. That's right. Finally in the news, what is America's most honest city? To find out, a team of sociologists left 10 wallets filled with cash on the street in various urban centers. In Atlanta, 7 of the wallets were returned. In Seattle, 9 of the wallets were returned. But not surprisingly, in New York City, only 1 of the wallets was returned. Empty and shoved up some dead guy's ass. Well, after a 15-year absence, the New York Yankees are back in the World Series. And some New Yorkers have come up with a novel way of snagging those hard-to-come-by tickets. Murdering guys with tickets and stealing them. Police in New York investigating the deranged homeless man who attacked a girl with a hypodermic needle have made a shocking discovery. He's Mickey Rourke.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind. And still alive.
Norm,
Oh, everybody's bringing up these licenses for illegals and that they need to have them. And my question is, where are they getting the license plates? Obviously, we're letting them register vehicles without licenses. And in this day of car bombs and stuff, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Thank you, Dan from Boise. Norm, what's your feeling?
Well, I know that the New York Governor Spitzer, I'm trying to get to learn things, but he doesn't want to issue licenses to illegal immigrants, you know, and I don't know how the hell you're going to get a cab in New York City anymore. I mean, it's hard enough, you know, for me especially as a black man.
And since I've gained it, I sweat like a
you sweat
like a whore in church. I don't mean to be
what?
I don't mean to be filthy, but
a whore in church.
Yeah, she's nervous, so she sweats because
sweating like a Chris Dorner in a Big Bear cabin.
Okay, come on.
Well, I'm just
that's racist.
Oh, good morning, whores.
Listen, Mary. Let me talk to the whore. Is she around?
Who?
The whore. I think her name was Leeka or Lisi or something. It was one of them weird names.
I want to kill Leisha.
Well, she better be careful then. Hey, wait a minute. Leisha, that's the whore. No, you can't kill her. Listen, Margaret, put on the whore. No, I thought she was a whore. I could have got my nose bit off by a Saigon whore. Got some news for you, whore. I'm packing up and moving out of this dump. I'm fine. Broads like you are a dime a dozen. I'll see you in hell, baby. That's still cute? Mm-hmm. Did I say baby? I meant dirty whore. Hey, Shelley. Shelley, don't forget that old saying about firemen. Don't be such a huge whore. Well, yeah, but you got the idea, right? That she was a huge whore?
Yes, I got that.
She also said, don't fall for any old whore like your daddy did. Well, Lori, I mean, you have to admit, you come off a bit of a whore in this whole thing. Hey, well, don't forget your huge collection of Mardi Gras beads, whore. Who do you love?
Kevin,
you gold-digging whore! Look, Taylor, I don't think you understand. You're a huge whore.
Which just goes to show you, Madonna's a whore. And in the worst job category, last year's winner, crack whore, has lost its spot. The new worst job is assistant crack whore.
There's only one occupation where the person does not keep his job when he
wins the lottery.
You know what that occupation is?
No.
Crack whore.
That was amazing. You pulled it out. I was worried about you for a minute. I thought you were in deep trouble. I thought you might get backed into a corner, have a lot more pressure on you, and then not have anything.
I know.
Las Vegas is now home to a 550-foot-tall Ferris wheel. Also drawing thousands to Las Vegas, whores. That's you. That's your voice all the way right there. It's the old the Norm Macdonald lean in whores.
No.
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer
I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday.
Are you still Canadian, or did you
Yes.
renounce that after 9/11?
What?
9/11, you remember what happened?
You remember 9/11?
Yeah,
Which
it
one?
rings a bell. Yeah, which one?
The one in 1911?
No, the one that where
The plane.
Where they took down the towers?
Yeah, all the stories came crashing down. You know, a lot like when we tried to write on the Norm Show. We couldn't. We tried to write stories, and they'd all come crashing down.
You know, I'm old enough to remember back to simpler, more innocent times when the worst thing you'd hear about the news was hijacked jetliners flying into buildings.
Oh, now, Gilbert, you're going to get into trouble again. It takes forever, not forever, but it takes years of training to get a pilot's license. But it only takes a couple of minutes to steal a pilot's jacket and hat. And then do some, terrorist act, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I was not living because I was thinking it was going to be a terrorist.
You were worried about a terrorist act.
I was a little nervous.
Did you see Olympus Has Fallen?
No.
This week I learned, just because I masturbated to that picture of a guy falling to his death on 9/11 doesn't mean I have to share it.
Hey, for the 9th consecutive year, Nick, JetBlue Airlines ranked first for satisfaction among all North American airlines. But you know what ranked least in satisfaction? 9/11 Airlines. What a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of that tragedy.
Oh, 9/11.
Yeah, don't laugh at 9/11
What?
again. 9/11. I tried to tell him not to laugh.
Adam.
I know. I walked through blood and bones in the streets of Manhattan trying to find my brother.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was in northern Canada. And you were the guy that was laughing and joking about it, like only 4 weeks ago when I told you my story about walking ankle deep in blood and bone to try to find.
Well, that's different. That was kind of funny.
I was
Yeah, that does sound funny.
Yeah, right? I was in New York.
Blood
at
and
the
bone
time.
everywhere.
This is fine. This is fine for a fella that during 9/11, was in Costa Rica partying with his friends. I was walking through the blood and the bones
So you were put off by that,
in Manhattan. A little bit.
I can't believe you're right.
I had to get new pants because of the blood and the bones.
Just now or back then?
Back then, I was ankle deep in blood and bones.
You went through the war, Norm.
Well, it was an attack on our country. Do you want to hear my impression of the
That's going to be you if you don't lose weight.
You want to hear my impression of the 9/11 call from Johnny Carson?
911 call.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But 9/11 was a national tragedy.
Yes, it was.
Why'd you laugh at that?
You said it.
Johnny Carson died at 80 years old.
Okay, Johnny Carson died at 80 years old. Would you like to hear my impression?
We've been down this road together. We've been seeing the colors fade.
Were you in New York when the Twin Towers fell?
No, I was in Los Angeles.
Well, either way, it was a national tragedy. It was.
I know.
9/11. We're going to go to hell.